So this is probably the most abrupt start to a podcast we've ever done because peek behind the curtain, Jaeden and I are like going off. Like I got on with Jaeden. He's like, and he starts just like riffing. And I'm like, Jaeden, hit play right now. We record on Riverside. I'm like, because the audience needs to hear what you are telling me right now. This is all about Claude, guys. This is about Anthropic Claude. We can just sort of like do a lot of updates, but every once in a while, we just need to pause everybody and just say, hey, we have to talk to you about something that's changed. So yes, we could sort of like go into the news and talk about like, Dispatch and Claude Code and how it's getting closer to OpenClaw and how Claude is essentially making OpenClaw incredibly quickly. But Jaeden, you said something, and I sort of like wanted to sort of like, again, just shout right back from the rooftops as well, which is, guys, Claude is just different. And I will say that, well, Jaeden, I'll let you sort of like kick it off with your enthusiasm here, because I think we just got to get into the people's ears what you're discovering, and I'll tell them what I'm discovering about Claude. Go.
Okay, guys, listen. I have been an absolutely dedicated OpenAI user, and I know I'm like, oh, I tried. Actually, I had a fling with Grok for a while where I sort of like used it, and then
Yes, I
I was
remember
like,
that.
it got stupid, and I was like, I'm just not putting up with this crap. Moved on. Went back to OpenAI. Guys, OpenAI feels like a cheap Chinese Temu product compared to Claude. I'm going to be honest. I've messed around with Claude, and I really haven't used it because my primary account on it for the last 2 years was locked out for some reason. If I ever tried to log in and put my phone number in to like verify my account, it was like, you've used that too many times, and I just get frustrated and move on. So I think I had like a business account that I'd like use for some stuff, but it really wasn't my main thing. Guys, this week I am 100% converted to Claude. I'm never going back unless, of course, anything else better comes. But if you are using AI today, I 100% think you need to be using Claude, which is, of course, why I have AI Box where you can try every AI model. I preach this, that you should be trying them all out. But I'm serious, guys. So basically this month, Anthropic has put out an update almost every single day to make their product better. They're going hard. I think they've faced a lot of pressure with their kind of Department of Defense thing with the government. And they're like, look, if we're going to have like these big contracts lost, at least for consumers, we're going to make this the best product possible. And for users, it is working. OpenAI is shaking in the boots. We're going to do a whole nother episode about that. I'm just going to tell you what you should be doing. 100%. You need to use Claude Cowork if you're not a developer, which I am not a developer, although for the first time ever, I used Claude Code today, which was crazy.
Whoa.
I use Claude Cowork. I mean, whatever your risk tolerance level is, I just give it access to take control of my complete computer so it can take control of my Chrome browser. Guys, I've tried agents for like the last year. I was telling my wife yesterday that when I use OpenAI's agents, it's super dumb. Like you tell it to go do something. I'm like, hey, I need you to like go edit this podcast. Like go to this page, click on this button, then click on this button. Like I'm not even telling it to use any judgment. I'm just telling it to click on buttons, and it gets stuck, and it's refreshing the page, and it's just so dumb, right? Claude Code, guys, is like a developer. It's a hacker because I'm watching how it's thinking through stuff. So for example, I recently told it I have like a whole bunch of podcast networks. I think I have like different people that post podcasts. I have AI generated ones. I have this one. I have a couple other main ones. All in all, I have about 170 podcasts that I manage under my podcast network. It is an absolute nightmare because I have different distribution platforms for all of them. I have different ad partners for all of them. I have different hosts for all of them. Like, just it's a whole giant nightmare. Guys, Claude Cowork is now managing the entire network. Stuff that I asked, I have the poor guy, guys. I have a guy named Tyler, and he is an absolute legend. He runs my in-person podcast studio in Phoenix, Arizona.
Love Tyler.
And Tyler's amazing. He edits all of these, by the way. He edits and posts these. If you see him on YouTube, if you see them posted, that's Tyler. So everyone, big shout out to Tyler.
He's awesome.
I'm trying to make his life easier because I keep him so busy posting this stuff. Like a month ago, I asked him, I'm like, hey man, can you run to all of our distribution platforms, try to take screenshots or download all of the data from every podcast, throw it into ChatGPT, and try to get like some sort of, I just want some sort of review on the analytics on how many views every show has. Anyways, this is a project we've been working with. It's been a huge struggle, way too much work. We haven't got it done for a month. He's been so busy. So finally today I was like, or actually last night, I was like, hey, Claude Cowork, log into every single one of my distributors, go look at every single podcast because some of them are really annoying. For example, one called RSS.com, you have to click on every single podcast individually to see its analytics. There's no dashboard. There's other ones like Acast, they'll show you all of the shows and all of their analytics on one page. That's amazing. RSS doesn't have it. I've complained to them. Maybe they'll fix it. In any case, Claude Cowork logged into every single site. it got every single, first of all, it went and got me all of the monthly analytics. So it's like, okay, for the last month, this is how many, views all of your shows have got. I'm like, fantastic. Now get me all historical data to the beginning of time. And it's like, well, that would take a long time. I'm like, okay, do it. And it's like, okay. It literally sits there for an hour. This is what I want to say about it though. And I'll just stop like ranting because
No,
guys, I am
great.
so
Great.
freaking excited. It is insane. Anything you can imagine. Guys, I have it downloading podcasts, editing them in CapCut for me, posting them, publishing them, saving them. Like it does everything. And it's so smart. Okay, the last thing I'll say about this though, and I'll shut up, I promise, is how it accomplishes these tasks is fundamentally different than how any other agent you've used accomplishes tasks. How OpenAI accomplishes tasks, OpenAI looks at the screen, it tries to reason, and then it tries to click the button that you told it to, and that's why it fails. Claude Cowork is coming out of Claude Code. They took this developer tool and they made it for normal people, and that's why it's so smart. So what it does, because I watch the feed of like while it's doing stuff, I say, go to this podcast platform and get me all the analytics. It's like, this is going to take way too long. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write like an API backend thing that's going to like scrape the data on the web page and download it. Then I'm going to go figure out what all of the like URLs are for all of your different shows based off of how they historically named the URLs. And then I can automatically just throw them all into a spinner that spits up all the URLs really quick and scrapes the data. Then I'm going to make a Python script on your computer that parses the code and gets me all the analytics I want and puts it into the thing. Then I'm going to combine all of them. Like, I'm like, guys, ChatGPT agent is not doing this. It's clicking the stinking button for you and it gets stuck after 5 minutes and then it just dies and crashes. This is a coder running software, running tools, running Python scripts. And the best part about this, guys, it sounds like technical, like when I explained it there. I know nothing about how it's doing any of this and I don't have to tell it anything, right? Any other agent I've used, it's like, make a Python script that like you'd really have to outline if you wanted to do something like that. This, I just say, get me all the analytics because I want a dashboard that shows me everything. And it's like, okay. And it got me all the analytics. Okay, last thing I'll say on this whole project. I don't know anything about code, guys. I played around with Lovable. I make websites there, and it's been a ton of fun for me, but it's really expensive. I've spent thousands of dollars on Lovable, if I'm being honest, and I don't think that's super necessary. It's pretty crazy because they're kind of just a wrapper on like these other agent tools. By the way, all of this is on the Claude desktop app. You got to download the app on your computer. Not doing this in Chrome. All of this amazing data that it got for me, I was like, sweet. Then I went to Lovable and I'm like, hey, make a dashboard where I can upload the CSV file and it shows it all to me. And it did it and it was good, but it was like, I don't know, whatever. Lovable, I think uses, no shade, I think it uses Gemini to like power its stuff, and Claude is kind of the best, right? So anyways, the dashboard was okay. Then there's just 3 tabs on your Claude desktop app. There's chat, Cowork, and code. So chat is like what you're used to. Cowork is new. It's going to websites. You can like connect things. So I connected like Chrome. It can access my Chrome. It can access my computer. So then I clicked on the code one, and I was like, okay, just make me a dashboard where like, and I gave it this sheet. I'm like, where all of this can be displayed and I can see it. I don't even know, like, what does that even mean to make me a dashboard? I don't know where it's going to go. I'm not a developer. I don't understand none of this stuff. So maybe if you're a developer and you're listening, you think I'm dumb. That's fine. I was like, make me a dashboard. Claude Code sits there and it's like, okay, I made a dashboard, click here, and it opens up. It's not a website, but it opens up into your Chrome browser, and it's called, I know everyone thinks I'm so dumb, okay, whatever. It's called localhost 3000, and this is basically like, if it's just running, it saves the file onto your computer, and it opens it in the browser, and that file that opened in the browser is like basically the website it made for me. Now, I could connect this to GitHub, and I could connect it to a server, and I could host it as an actual website at some point. Maybe I will, but maybe I'll just keep using this local host thing because it spins up its own server, I think, is how it's working. I don't know, right? So whatever. Don't judge me. But basically, I told it to make it. And the dashboard that Claude Code made me was probably 4 times better than what Lovable made. It's insane. It's amazing. It is so simple. I can sort by, guys. Okay, I'm going to stop now. Connor, sorry I've been talking so much. I'm passing the baton to you. I have more things that I did that are exciting, but
this
what do you learn from this?
But Jaeden, this is the moment, and this is where, even if it's just that for this episode, right? Just sort of saying, like, hearing that enthusiasm, guys, like, okay, so for me, I'll tell you sort of like the big things that happened with me this past week. I have been a OpenAI Pro subscriber, so I've paid $200 a month for exactly 1 year. And 2 days ago, I'm like, no more. I'll do $20 a month for sure. Claude, I'll say the other thing about Claude, which is insane. I'm a little worried about talking about this on the air, but here we are. There have been a couple of people that I was like very like on the verge of hiring for AI Mindset. By the way, guys, if you don't believe us about like comparing these models, AI Box is the easiest way to do it. It's like, you have cheap models like under $20 a month, and you can actually try all these models. And then you'll see this is almost the best conversion. It's going to be the best money that you spend, I promise, on AI Box. But here's the thing about like what I discovered. I realized like I'm just not using ChatGPT for anything other than like Google search. Like, hey,
Mm.
how do I use this thing? And then it started giving me like bad answers. Like literally, it wouldn't search the web until I said like, hey, you're giving me the wrong answer. Search the web, and then it'd be like, okay, I would do that. And again, maybe OpenAI comes out with some raging amazing model next month, and I'm happy to change my tune. But since November, and I call Anthropic like Company of the Year back in 2024. I've been obsessed with Anthropic from the
Yeah, you've been
beginning.
an Anthropic fan for a long time.
Huge, but this is different. Like what it is since December is now literally like consultant level stuff, guys. Something has changed, and we were on the verge of hiring one or two people who are going to be obviously pretty expensive to hire, but like real consult to do what we do at AI Mindset to build a couple of things. And we found just with our generalists on our team, who I like really trust and they're amazing, all that kind of stuff. We built it when and not only did we build it, but Claude helped me build something. It's kind of this thing that I haven't revealed yet, but it's this like lightweight consulting model thing, which is so good. It's what I would have hired people at like McKinsey level salaries to go out into companies and doing. I'm like, I can get these companies to do this just on the model I built. So again, this episode is just Jaeden and I screaming into the microphone. I get it. But here's the thing. Nobody can sort of like create your moment for you. Uh, my wife Liz has been sort of like an absolute ChatGPT devotee for years, and she was like on this stuff before me. She has now just switched over to Claude. Even with all her entire history of everything, the whole history thing is overrated. Memory is
You
overrated.
can
Claude
actually wait, you can migrate it.
and you can migrate it if you want to, because Claude, but Claude picks up on who you are so fast. It's not a big deal. So yeah, migrate it, whatever. But like, I just like grab a document. I'm just like, hey, here's who I am. And Claude remembers the
Yep.
important stuff, not just, oh, I went to Italy at the time. Hey, you want to talk about Italy again? I'm like, no, man, I went like a year ago. Like, it's amazing, guys. Sorry if this episode was just us hammering at your face why you should try Claude Code. But if you're listening to this, then you care about AI, encouraging you to do this. By the way, Gemini, also phenomenal. OpenAI, come on. We want to love you. We want to.
We
Give
do.
us something better. I'm going to close us out, Jaeden. Just say, listen, if you haven't tried AIbox.ai, please try it again. Actually, Jaeden, give me the tiers, the pricing tiers on it again.
So we actually just released an $8.99 a month
8.99.
pricing tier, and you get access. We added another 35 models, so we're at over 70 models
God.
for $8.99 a month, and we have video models. We just added video and music, so you can try like Google VO3. You can try OpenAI Sora before it gets banned and deleted because they're about to just nuke that model. But you can try it on the platform before it goes if you want.
Try it out, guys. It's an amazing way to pay $8.99 a month. Like, trust me. Like, and it also helps you decide like what models you love and all that kind of stuff. But it's what I do all the time. It's fantastic. Try it out, Jaeden. It's congratulations to him. It's blowing up. Otherwise, hope you got something out of this. And if all you got out of this was like, maybe I should just try Claude, our job
Do
is
it.
done. We will see you on the next episode.